get into it. This is the tower. Fascinating. Far too long. Is in a special 21-day event and new missions. Play as much as you can. Boards. Been busy. As you can see, there's some awards so far. Art, classic legends tokens, elite tokens, CP, hero points, all that good stuff. Alright, so the first one involves Yelena, Belova, Black Widow, and Hawkeye, all of the 1-star variety, but they're boosted up to so many levels, so let's go get into this here. Probably not gonna be using no 5 stars. Try not to anyways. It's too outrageous, nutrageous. Well, I do reserve that right. Yeah, we're just gonna use characters I normally don't use. Yeah, we'll go with them. Alright, so gotta take out the old Hawkeye first because he starts to get purple and that's not good. Then we're gonna have to target Yelena because she makes blue trap tiles and that's gonna do damage to us just like it did there. Strengthening up Jubilee's attack tile. Funding. Alright. Dude, there's the 5 turns. That's the one thing. Sabotage, I mean that hurts a little bit. Jubilee can heal, so I'm not too worried about that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. So that's 14 days of content. I think we can manage that there. Because you gotta remember to play every day, at least. Alright, so this one here, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Venom. Again, we're just gonna stick with the 3-star tier. Bust out with Andre. Use her. With Mayhem. She was a part of the Crash and Titan. The daily. Use Victor Mancha today. Use simple. Keep it friendly. Female in this case. Mayhem starts to take damage and create those projectiles, and that's gonna help us out. A little bit. I knew Peter was looking for something. Let's take all that. Put in some damage. More damage. And then empty Iron Man out the fray. Now, Peter, you sure you want to do that to your daughter, man? Or an alternate reality version, I should say. Try to take that back 5. Go ahead and destroy those. We'll get our revengeance here. At least Matt Gargan will be perpetually stunned. So we'll steal that. Need to create some more projectiles. I don't think that's gonna be deal. So let's see here. Put Sin Eater inside the chafe. Knock it out. Alright, cool dude. Bonus rewards. Alright. Day 2. Increasingly stronger enemies. So this is Bullseye, Juggernaut, and Godkin. Gotta worry about Bullseye's projectiles, but ways to deal with that. With the all new Moonstone. by Lavelle. And Senior Storm for a little bit of stun. And then we'll have some sort of green protection, so to speak. So we'll have the control locked and loaded. Once we get more projectiles on the board, that's when we'll pop them. So 1, 2, 3 so far. No, Duncan, you don't need that there. Ooh. Let's see. Okay, that'll work. Could get to but it's not, you can't. Pop that off next turn. Alright, there's that. Alright, let's blow that one there. Get some somewhat massive damage. Now I just need it to look blue I'll say this here: characters that should probably have a little bit more durability. They really should, but I digress. Alright, even more stronger stuff. Thor, Storm, and Captain Marvel. Let's see here. I'll break up with the one. Yes. And then we need to probably send some folks airborne or get airborne themselves. Hold on to that ability just in case those quote-unquote insta-down abilities. Alright, that'll work for me. Because we can deal with Thor's yellow. Or, more specifically, his red. Alright, that's good defense. Oh no, you brought Vulture. No. Home with Storm. Great. Pull off another high stakes heist. I think I need AP now. Try to taunt her with taking black. I don't want to put too much red out on the board, or too much yellow out on the board, because if she gets enough red, she can all these projectiles. Trying to advance. Alright, Peggy. For her. She's not below 20% health yet anyways. Okay, now she's below 20% health. Go ahead and use web drop. Alright, we're gonna send Thor airborne. enemies, 336, but this is Iron Patriot, Ares, and Captain America. We do have to worry about Ares and Green, though, unfortunately. So let's see here. Break out the dev pool. Little Arcade and High Evolutionary. So I won't be using too many more of the 3-star combinations because I'm slowly but surely running through almost all of them. Halfway. Okay, I'll take that. We'll do a natural selection. Trying to make sure where's my control room at before I accidentally destroy it. Or they destroy it for me. We don't need the character rebalance, not yet. What's the name will start to be a little bit on the annoying side. Change roads. That'll work. Gives me enough time to deal with these. Repeatable. Put it in a relatively safer place. Alright. Iteration. Natural selection does some more damage. Booyah. Okay, classic, well, not a classic 2-star team, but one of the 2-star teams that put in a lot of work in Marvel Puzzle Quest. at least in the earlier days. I guess Dark Avengers, huh? With earrings. Or, no. Break out honey badger. There we go. So now we have at least a way to use her little sister ability to make things swim by a little bit faster. You don't have to worry too much because she'll heal as long as there's a striker or protect element. Provided it's for power. He's not really worried about ducking. He'll heal back up soon-ish. I'm just trying to maximize the amount of times. I don't want to do retaliatory damage. Alright, there's that. Put up these tiles here. Alright, deadly precision, drop that down. Flavor shift is definitely dangerous. So it's a slash. That we can kind of deal with. Put on another little sister tile. Told you, we can deal with it. Alright, there's that. Again, if we can just deny Wolverine's yellow, fantastic. I think we will. Alright, so far so good. Alright, Nightcrawler, Human Torch, and Hawkeye. Now it's time for some some stronger characters, relatively. Let me think here. Dark Beast do a little damage. Now I probably could have went with the stun. Figured, hey, we can probably take a little bit more damage on the board with Dark Beast. Ooh. Oh no. And I'm probably gonna get mollywopped by this last one. Once it resolves, boom. Oops. Oh, there you go. I didn't think I was gonna have to go that much stronger, but might have to go a little more stronger. Wiccan, 17, and then Manful. tiles. We'll save it there. Alright, we'll do that there again. Why you hitting yourself? Oh, take that. Granted, yes, we have no way to really use red, but beggars can't really be choosers. Well, before we do that, let's add an anvil. Some full health. Not that it really matters. But we can't. I was wanting to make sure I had enough to either control or whatever we need to do. I know, this here should be kind of fun here. Got to take off Ghost Rider last because she has the ability to resist some damage dealt to her. So let's see here. I could Kangville the Node, but no. Let's see. We're not going to be making, shouldn't be making any special topics. Sure. that really stinks. But yeah, that really stinks. So it looks like this is gonna be a retreat. I wasn't planning on going this deep just yet, but okay, this should work. At least we get some healing and deal some damage. Downside is we do not make special tiles. Definitely appreciate the heal. Ooh, cool deal. Doing that just for the Black Widow. Yeah, we made no special tiles. Strike attack and protect tiles, I should say. Stun. Spider-Man, well, two of the characters are considered jokes. Electro's not really much of a joke. So let's see here. Since I know Electro creates charge tiles. Which doesn't really do us any good. Get a little persistent damage. I don't want to speed up any countdown tiles, not right now. Ooh, just before I could get the professor invisible. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that. Lots of tiles. Now I've already got the professor on and cracking. Well, it has some stuff kicking off. And let's see here, Dave. Oh, geez, Headpool, Hellcow, and White Tiger. Well, three of the newest 2-stars in the game. I actually like White Tiger. So with the whole, if she's out in front, or she's invisible, she then starts to attack a projectile. Whoops. Let's see here. See if I got a. I know I got a lower level wasp. I should have. Let's go. I'll save the pattern's shenanigans for much later. Maybe. one actually is a little bit tough. Okay. Didn't want to take this share off, but there we go. Yeah, I didn't want to resort to that cheese, but man, hey, got those harder nodes. Okay, now we've gone through all the 2 stars. Now it's all the 3 stars. Starlord, Rocket, and Groot, and more again. Should be fun. Let's see here. Yeah, I really should be doing a random team of synergies. I really should. One more turn before Karnak kicks in. That he did. Deal with that. And even if they do take what's the name, we still got.
Oh, you got a plan? I got a plan too. Definitely works for me. Yeah, trying to save the strategy. Got a few more times. Not pull it off, but I can successfully stun rocket group. Boom. Gotta work for me, because now they don't get a turn. And I tried to get it to get to that match. I tried. Don't down me, Paul. No, he shouldn't. Puck shouldn't have to down and Baku should tank it down. The only times that Puck needs to realistically make matches is when I have no other choice. Trying to prevent Rocket and Group from having yellow matches on the board. Either way, it was going to be a yellow match. Please match green. No. pretty much back to full health. And you can have that rocket. That's not what I'm mad at. Oh, jeez. Man, thank you for taking out your own tile. I appreciate that. Now I'm just trying to find some decent like matches, bed matches, so I don't have to go too deep into the hole. I mean, I'm gonna burn them anyways. This is gonna be a little bit of trouble. Whenever that tile there surpasses or drops, there'll be some tiles that I don't want. And we're done. No, we're gonna survive that. But that was, whoa, too far. That was fun. My stronger Karnak. Yes, there should be. Should be. Double match fives. Triple match fives. Nope. That's 0 for 2. I'll bring in my slightly stronger Karnak. Let him just hang out in the background. Again, Star-Lord steals AP, whatever. Can't do much with it. With any AP that you didn't steal. So let's get rid of war right now. So there's that. That'll drop down. That'll drop down. Alright, this broke it. Boom. Nope, you are not getting any yellows on the board that you can easily match. Nope, that's what happened last time. Nope, but with a slightly stronger Karnak. Boom. Alright. Quote unquote defenders with Luke and them having stronger attack tiles and protectiles. Gotta go with my slightly more aggressive version of the web tile team. Came pretty close to knocking him out. Had I not had Luke's projectile there, probably would knock him out. Carla, times as we tell you, this old man don't do that.
Cool.
Max out of the way, don't have to worry about no stuns. So at least we know where the trap town is at. It's all in this town. And the thing about Spider-Man Indy is, most of his stuff will overwrite those trap towns if need be. Oh, don't do that, Luke. Really don't do that. Well, Iron Fist is definitely out for me. Oh, and Brace around him, I don't take out Luke Cage, you know. Won't take out Luke Cage with ease. Yeah. Boom. Mm-hmm. Deuces. Can't, like I said, it come pretty close to it. defend yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. All I need is green AP. That's all I need. Don't do it, Carl. Don't do it. Don't do it. Coral, what'd you do it? What'd you do it, Coral? Alright, let's see here. We will do these sets of nodes here, and then we'll break it. That'll be the midway point. Loki, Storm, Thor. Through the power of editing, he'll go disappear. Alright. It's spooky season. Put you in that slot there. Him in that slot. And where is she? Storm in Dan's slot. Now let's just see who makes the whole. Not yet. Somebody gotta finger Bruce. There we go. Wait a little bit longer. Now I can pull the trigger. It doesn't even matter, Loki. Past this turn here, you're gonna be adios. Or at least he should have been. Oh well.
That's why we need to get rid of him first. Or them first, I should say. Oh,
Oh, look, you tough. Bye bye.
that was thinking just a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that'll really trigger more.
Provided it survives from this.
Okay, yeah, it'll survive.
Want to make sure enough purple.
I wish I could hit the fast forward button and speed through this too. Because this is just a matter of making sure, hey, I hit the right colors and making sure I get enough
take this here.
And we restart the process.
Oh, no, 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 no. That's what I well, that's what I want.
There we go. Took a few turns, get it started. And once it got started, it was all she wrote. Alright, Captain America, Little Iron Man, 3 Avengers. Let's see here. What's out with the homie North Star? What's out with Rogue? And then Icarus, I guess. That'll probably be the plan, idea, whatever. Because, what's the name? Strongest color. Black Widow, her strongest color happens to be purple. And as long as we keep her alive, Icarus can go airborne, do shenanigans, and Rogue will jump out in front. Whenever they make a match in the color that I don't think is fair. Alright, let's put Black Widow in front so that way Iron Man can. Yeah, be in back. Like, oh no, you stunned old Dennis. Whatever shall I do? Or Sean Paul. I gotta wait one more turn. Then get him. Cosmic Blast. Iron Man. And then go back in the air and do it again. Again, that's cute. Again, that's cute if he thinks he's going to pop me like that. Start for a minute. Think here. I mean, I want to get rid of the team up tile. On a critical. Oh. Nice knowing y'all. 7. So we'll work on the rest of these nodes here individually. Is there anything worth noting here? No. We do have the Red Skull in his store up. We have another 12th anniversary command point store up. You have an opportunity to get the low level AI before that's reworked. Bunch of Devil Dinosaur and Howard the Duck bundles. As far as latest legends, classic legends, so let's see here, that's five of those there for 20 CP a pop. That's 5 there for 25 CP a pop. I mean, if you spend 55 and you hit that there, you came up aces. But if you hit anything else, it's like, eh. There is one thing though I do want to note. Uh, well, we'll look at the Stonekeeper store real quick. Opportunity for Red Skull, the Infinity War Captain America, and Thanos. Thanos has, well, he saw his time in the sun back in the 2019, 2018, 2020s when he was pretty much required to clear the old shield clearance tent, or not required, but if you wanted to speed through the nodes, either him or 3-star Thanos. Now that Ascension is a thing, and we got characters who can effectively one-shot nodes. Yep, Thanos is pretty much been put to pasture. Captain America Infinity War, on the other hand, I mean, he's okay. He's okay when boosted. His red hits pretty hard, especially when it's down to a solo target, because it takes the combined amount of AP that you have in all AP pools, and when you fire off his red, it drains all of it into one punch. His yellow can revive a fallen ally, but it costs way too much, and his purple can prevent AP being gained out of certain colors, and he can drain it too. Again, he's a candidate for a rework. And then Red Skull, the less I got to say about him, the better. We talked about the family legends, latest legends. So we have, how many days we got left in the season? I think it's 10 days. Should be 14 days. 14 days before the season ends, thereabouts at least. So what I want to try and do is before Frankie Ray leaves the latest legends, before she does, I want to try and get her to 550. And as you can see, 778 latest legend tokens. And again, I don't know why I'm pausing trying to think about the latest legends tokens. 14,005 CP. Dang. So that's 561 pools right there, plus the 700 something. That's 1,300 pools well, 1,347 pulls to be exact. So again, almost 75% of the way there of getting, the the required 550 to try. I mean, the required 1,800 or at least 1,800 to get them all 550. Though I really want to get Frankie Ray 550, so I would take some of the rewards. I mean, the who I have favorited Shang-Chi and just put it on her. But again, we'll do that uh closer to when she gets ready to leave out. So whenever there's 3 days left in the season, so I know it'll be Puzzle Gauntlet and all that there. So I think what I'll do is before Puzzle Gauntlet, before that appears, so it'll probably be next Saturday, I'm gonna go ahead and pull her as many pulls as I can with her, uh, using all the stuff that I got stockpiled, to say the least. Because I got some rewards, and I'm not gonna have y'all go through all the heroics and all that that I'm gonna pull. No, I'll do all that off camera. The next thing though we do need to talk about before we're ready to go, the character rebalances. So I need to go to the forums because I was gonna do it in a separate video, but let's talk about it. So let's get the elephant out of the room first. Go with Polaris. Alright, iron proficiency pretty much still the same. Still stuns, still create strike tiles. Cool. Dipolar balance. This is her new purple ability. Alright. 5 purple, switch to particle accelerator. We'll talk about particle accelerator. Uh so well, we need to talk about electromagnetic resonance though. So while this here is active, whenever your team destroys a strike attack or projectile, deal damage, create 2 friendly types of that tile. Again, pretty much the same thing, but it's the the effects are lessened to say the least. And then particle accelerator, again, the developer split the particle accelerator, which was her old purple, and moved that to electromagnetic resonance. So that way you don't get the damage at the start of the turn for each friendly special tile. You still do the damage, from the electromagnetic resonance, destroying the tiles and them popping up on the board. You still do that there, but you just don't do the at the start of the turn damage. All right, and then while electromagnetic resonance is active, this is dipolar balance. You create a random strike attack and projectile on the board on her colors, if none exist. Then when you fire off dipolar balance, passively it unlocks particle accelerator, and then whenever friendly matches short strike attack projectile, create one uh in the same color, and then this ability only triggers once per match slash destruction. You don't have to worry too much about that polar balance too much. If you want the start of the turn damage, but you know the least amount of destruction, that's when you pop off in purple. If you just want to continue to use Polaris like normal, popping off, destroying, uh, strike attack or projectiles, flooding the board, you can still do that there. So a lot of folks are like, "Oh man, y'all destroy." Like, no, the one thing about the Marvel Puzzle Quest community, we do have a tendency to overload things. Just saying. All right. Next up, Iron Man, Mark 46. So let's see here. Winning team's a whole lot cheaper. Instead of it being, what was it, 10, now it's 7. Deals damage plus additional damage for each Team Iron Man ally on the team. Girl Friday still costs 10, still does the conversion, still steals AP of whenever enemy team makes the match team strongest color. And the House Party Protocol got a little bit cheaper too. You know, things of that nature though. Let's see here. Well, since we're on the red, yellow, what's the name? We'll just continue on. Rescue, all systems go. Steals 7, deals damage, steals strike, attack, or protect house an enemy team. If there are non-sap tiles on the board, then they convert. Then you convert those tiles to red. Your shield pretty much still does the same thing. Uh, still cost pain, endure, die. They just buff the damage up a little bit more. Again, rescue still needs a lot more rescuing. Peggy Carter, she got a little bit of an improvement. Stiff upper lip still does the same thing as it always did, but the damage is increased a little bit more. Uh, but she does a little bit more damage now with charge tiles. Uh, don't say I didn't warn you. Again, this is still pretty much the same thing. Creates protect tiles. If an ally is dealt damage, she jumps out in front. Reduces the damage. Creates strike tiles. And then the calm, this is 5. Still creates those repeater tiles that creates charge tiles. Deal damage to a random target. And if you have 4 more charge tiles, it becomes the storm. And then, storm tile, the repeater creates a charge tile, and then you destroy charge tiles with the storm, dealing damage. There's a 40% chance of the target stunned. Increase the chance for each charge tile destroyed. Again, she's a little bit more of a strike attack. Well, not strike attack, projectile creator, but she's a little bit more of a punisher of charge tiles. Alright, I was gonna go to Jeffrey, the symbiote, so we'll go to him now. Powerful Friends pretty much still does the same thing, just a little bit more damage increased. So Hungry, again, a little bit more of a damage increase, a little bit more healing, bonus match damage if you have extra symbiotes, but whatever. Then Jeff eat that. Uh, increases max damage a little bit more, and then he still heals about the same because it was always 4% to begin with anyway. Okay, so that's all the 5 stars. Uh, we'll do the lazy versions of of Peggy Carter in a moment. Next up is Double Dinosaur, Bong, Drax, and Penny Park. So since I got the color scheme already, Double Dinosaur. Um, damage looks like it's increased a little bit more. Prehistoric Bite used to cost 7, now it's 5. So you got Induction and AP. Prehistoric Chomp still costs 7. Increased damage, which that's a good thing. And then Prehistoric Arms. This used to be 6, now it's cheaper at 4. Still does the whole swapping of tiles, dealing damage. Alright, let's replace that with black, with Drax. The Destroyer, it was 10, now it's 8. Deals damage. Destroy again. Still destroys the 3 enemy special tiles and the random tiles surrounding them. Damage still pretty much about the same. Secret weapon pretty much still does the same thing. Creates a strike tile based on the number of countdown tiles that you have on the board. But now they increase the maximum amount of countdown tiles that you can um, take advantage of. So instead of it being 5, it's now 18, which there are characters that can flood the board with countdown tiles. And then of course the Draxter Destroyer, or I should say the countdown tile bug that was conveniently, not conveniently, but it was added to Drax. For those who don't know, there was one bug that if you had a character that created a countdown tile, you would deal additional damage for that countdown tile expiring. So an example would be our good friend Sentry. You can imagine when all his countdown tiles expire, like how much damage that was doing, and then you amplify that with Okoye, yeah, things tend to snowball out of control. And then they also reduced the cost of secret weapon because that used to be 8, and now they put it to 5, so that's actually pretty cheaper. And then slice and dice, this one here, it was 8, and now they essentially made it into 2 matches. Uh, the the damage is definitely a whole lot higher. 22, 11, 18, and 11,000 damage if the person is below 90% health. So I mean that's a good swing right there. I definitely like that rework there of Drax. Uh, I'll have to see how he plays when he's ascended, but again, that's a a ways to go. All right, Dr. Bong. See here, that pretty much does the same thing. Stuns the target for 3 turns with a repeater tile, and then it probably increase the damage for each friendly um, repeater tile that's been fortified or countdown that's been fortified. This one here always costs 7. Again, damage probably got increased a little bit more because it was pitiful beforehand. And then again, this here still costs 5. Still does the healing. Still creates the the countdown tiles. So it's an across the board rework with Dr. Bong. And then finally, Penny Parker. Hopefully, they did something with her. Experimental webbing looks like it pretty much does the same thing. Set the target, creates experimental web countdown tile, and then if you have the friendly experimental webbing tiles, again it reduces the amount that you the amount of AP that you need to fire it off. Reduced by 1, minimum of 3. I want to say it was a minimum of 4. I'd have to go back to my Clash of the Titans videos and find out, because y'all know I keep somewhat detailed information, at least with the characters. Hits keep coming. That one there was 10 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so instead of it being 10, it's 7. Deals damage and then additional damage for each experimental tile. And then 10-ton slam, that should still be 6, which it is. So yeah, so all they did was made hits keep coming a little bit stronger. Reduce the min threshold for experimental webbing. 10-ton slam pretty much still does the same thing. Alright, let's see here. Spider-Man, Lazy Iron, part of Ragnarok Century. So let's look at oldest, well, newest to oldest characters first. Because I do have a Spider Fit Miles. At least I thought I did. Send it. Alright, Rev Warrior. This here, I can tell this here got a definite increase. Again, still does the same thing, basic tiles and web tiles. That's still pretty much the same. Um, Friendly web tile matches are dealt a little bit more damage whenever you match a web tile, and then of course creating the charge tile. Bioelectric threads is still pretty much the same as far as the cost goes. So they added some additional stuff because it just was you created a protect tile, but now it's protect tile and strike tiles. Again, the empowering was still there to begin with, but now um, it's now empowering both the strike and the protect tiles, depending upon what you have more of. You have more charge tiles. And you power up your strike tiles. If you have more web tiles, then it powers up your protect tiles. Hopefully I read it right. And then they added this portion here at the start of his turn. If there's less than 4, then you create a charge tile. I mean, he created a charge tile at the start of the turn anyways, but it was, um, what was the cap? I think the cap was 3, so they added 4. And then Mega Venom Blast this here, instead of it being 10, it's now 8. Uh, Still does the same thing about converting charge tiles to basic tiles, dealing damage, and then, um, of course, stunning Miles for 1 turn. And if you convert more of those charged tiles than the basic tiles, you deal more damage to the enemy team. So that's again still pretty much the same. Iron Carter
are working together. Might have been.
I think it was 8. Now it's 6. Uh,
Increased damage across the board. That's a good thing. Good defense. I think it. Well, nah, because it had the same amount of projectiles. They just made them a little bit stronger, or they probably added a few more projectiles on the board. And the passive still pretty much the same. Probably increase in the reduction of damage. Cause I remember it being 35% at one time. And then a quick kip. Um, Again, this is her version of Iron Man Model 40's recharge, essentially, but but instead of it doing just red, blue, green, purple, you know, those colors there, this one here just strictly is red, yellow, and blue.
and then while one of those countdown tiles is on the board, she deals less damage, and then her ability and max damage is increased. So they've I don't think they touched quick kip too much. I don't think so. But the other two abilities they definitely did. All right, now. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I ascended him to 4-star land. Forgot.
Century. So here, Supernova still pretty much does the same thing. Still does scene damage. Still destroys those random tiles. Still does damage to the enemy team and friendly team.
World Rupture.
Again, that's pretty much still the same thing.
I know Supernova's cost hasn't decreased. Sacrifice, instead of it being 8, it's now 7. Still deals damage to himself and still creates those fortified strike tiles.
So, not really that much of a rework for Century. I mean, just
Across the board rework. Ragnarok, on the other hand, definitely got a rework for sure. Godlike power, instead of it being 14, it's now 9. Still does the same thing as it always did. Well, not as it always did, but
prior to one of his reworks that had this ability here,
costing 3 AP and destroying the middle tiles on the board, and the AP that was
generated from the tiles that
was destroyed in the middle, that was generated as AP. Yeah, old Ragnarok was just dumb. Thunderclap still does the same thing, just a little bit more damage to the red. Lightning Rod still costs 6. Uh, it adds more basic tiles on the board to green, gives them a little bit more of a burst of healing.
so that should self-sustain a lot of those.
Um, well, hang on, because it said green, right? Yeah, because Lightning Rod,
Yeah, because Lightning Rod would do. Yeah, it would do
the burst of, yeah, it would do the burst of green, because I remember I had to send Riri airborne. But yeah, if necessary, but I never had to use Ragnarok's blue when I was using Riri. Anyway, Okay, Captain America, Steve Rogers, and Moonstone. Well, both of them are ascended into 4-star land, so I already know about that. Um, Cap got it across the board rework. Sentinel Liberty, instead of it being overcost at 19, it's now 10. Still does the same thing. Star Spangled Avenger, instead of it costing 11, it's now 9. Still does the same thing. Peacemaker, instead of it costing 12, it's now 9. Still does the same thing as it did, or has done. Uh, where are you at, Kara? Because I know you're not too far, or you might still be in 3-star land. Yep, that's what it is. Alright, Moonstone. Gravity warp is a whole lot stronger. Cost 6. As you can see, if you put this here, level 5 does 11,000 damage. Well, yeah, 11,000 damage in 3-star land. That's just dumb. From what folks have said with her ascended into 5-star land, that there does 60,000 damage. Photon Blast, instead of it costing 11, it's now 9. Still does the same thing as it always has done, dealing damage based on the amount of red AP that's on the board, or red tiles are on the board. And then Control Shift, um, instead of it costing 9, it's now 6. At one point in time, it was 12. But it still steals strike, attack, and projectiles. At lower levels, you still just attack and projectiles. I would probably move Gravity Warp to 5 and probably drop Photon Blast to 3, maybe. I don't know. Depending on what you have to face. And then last but certainly not least, uh, Hawkeye. So yeah, I had to leave him for last because boy howdy. Take aim, cost 5. So again, does the same thing as it always does. Turn selected basic tile or protect tile to a critical tile. Arrow stab. This one here is cheap now. Instead of it being 8, it's now 5. Does the same thing that it always did. Destroy selected row. And then Smart Shot. Boy howdy. Like whenever Hawkeye fires off a red or purple ability, gain 2 red AP, gain 3 purple AP. Boy howdy. I'll show you something. Uh, Power Stone, maybe. Where is one of my? The Chimichanga, maybe. But I'm looking for my really, 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 really good one. Subspace. There it is, subatomic space. Here you go. Start of the battle. More of a coin flip chance to gain 5 purple AP. Tack that on. Tack that on to a plus 1 uh purple. What is it? Purple and blue, and or +2 to purple and blue, and then add the +2 to gain all purple. I mean gain all AP. Man, yeah, you can go infinite with him, and then just have another character that can supply you purple as much as you can. Yeah, he's a monster. I kudos, kudos. I think at one point in time, they actually, meaning the developers, had a sale with Hawkeye. They said it 5-star Hawkeye for like $20. I hope some, well, I'm not gonna say I hope some of you took advantage of it. I will say this here: if you took advantage of it, I understand. But anyway, we will be back at it definitely Monday for Crash of the Titans. Um, then more of the tower stuff. Hopefully, I don't have to use my 5 stars. So as I see these nodes here getting progressively harder and harder, I may have to be breaking up with 5 stars and some more of the cheesy strats. But till then, be excellent to your fellow human beings, and I'll see y'all Monday for sure. Till then, peace.